the key pain point in the industry to solve for them. Otherwise, there's no investment. There's no need to scale, right? First, you got to get to the root of why you would want to scale.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's the exact same thing that Rose Schooler said. Yeah.
If you don't solve a true problem, a customer will never be motivated to invest to scale.
Mm-hmm. And so...
Hey, just for a check, am I off tangent for my colleagues? That would be very interesting for me to know.
No, you're not. That's just what I was talking about in terms of that was Rose's primary concern. And our number one thing that we need to go do is first understand the problems. And we're not going to tell you what your problems are, but we're going to understand and align technology to solve them. And then scale is the key thing that needs to happen.
Good.
Yeah, and I would echo that. You're not in any way out of line. I'm just curious. There has been, I think, an interesting tension within Intel, or just a push and pull around the degree to which the organization is comfortable in a sort of consultative role. And I wanted to probe on that a bit. And you were very helpful in your answer, so thank you for that.
Let me just be a little black and white. We can go back to ingredients, and we have an incredibly healthy embedded business. It's a beautiful business. It runs really well. So the question is, do you want to be in IoT or do you want to be embedded? And in order to truly be in IoT, you need enabled scale, you need enabled solving any problems, and you have to get into a consultative mode.
Mm-hmm.
Of which we have demonstrated that in many ways in our verticals. Mm-hmm. I can give you examples of the kind of stuff we're doing in retail, the stuff we're doing in industrial. This is in complete NDA, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so we're doing this with customers in retail, with Nordstrom Academy. We're consulting with them, right? We're consultants. We're helping them understand what their business problem is and how technology can solve business problems. We're doing that with customers like Exxon and Merck. It is one where you do, in a limited fashion, with a handful of customers, and you learn from that, and then you scale to the rest of the market, because you cannot afford to do that with everything.
Correct. That makes total sense. So Dipti, within this, landscape of your key competitors, and you mentioned AMD and ARM, and I'm sure Qualcomm comes in as well. What do you think is the sort of single most, salient point of difference for Intel? If you were to go in to pitch Nordstrom, if you're pitching somebody else, Volkswagen, on a massive enterprise level smart factory deployment, where do you think the single most important differentiator for Intel lies?
Yeah, you asked me a very hard question by saying single most. That makes it really hard.
No,
point differentiation might be an easier question there. I'm not going to answer your question. I'm going to say two.
That's
Sorry.
Fine. That's absolutely fine.
I think there's two elements to this. One is, it would first of all depend on if I were in the real world, in your example, trying to work with a customer, I'd first try to understand what problem they were trying to solve, right? And then I would apply what we were saying to the problem they're trying to solve. I think that's the unique capability that I mentioned earlier that IoT has. But I'm going to use it for example's sake and try to extract it one level more. One, it's our ability to truly come to an end-to-end solution where we can look at the problem from the cloud, the edge, distribute the solution from an analytics standpoint. We understand how the edge works in data ingestion, all the way up to where the cloud and how the cloud analytics and AI works in the cloud. And so pulling the complete solution, this is exactly the reason we win in automotive with some of the biggest manufacturers in the world, is because we are one of the only companies in the world that truly has the assets that work across the board and create a end-to-end solution. Number two, I'd say that if you really want to move to a world of true IoT implementation,